Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. During our ongoing evaluation of a document that was released this past week on October 1st, 2025, this is the Memorandum decision that was written by Judge Megan E. Marshall. We've put up the first two parts thus far, going through pages 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. And while preparing for this second part, encompassing page 3, Judge Marshall addresses the fact that she did an in-camera review of certain materials that was sent to her from the crime scene investigation. And if we look at the top of page 3, you'll see it here. Following an in-camera review of 4 redacted body cam videos. And then she goes on to describe other evidence that she looked at. The court continues on with her analysis, but it's the statement following an in-camera review of 4 redacted body cam videos by the court that were the subject of public records requests, which seemed to jump out off the page. There were 5 first responders that the public has seen body cam imagery of, redacted format, but not the 5th officer on scene, Officer Corbin Smith. An analysis of Officer Smith's narrative that he wrote, it's dated approximately 4:05 in the afternoon of November 13th, 2022. It is sequence number 1. It is the first narrative in the documents that have been released to the public that's actually talked about in the memorandum decision by Judge Marshall. Sequence number 1, Officer Smith's report. The narrative says initial response and scene security. And then it says, under section 1, additional responding officers, there are the other 4 first responders. Sergeant Gunderson, Corporal Snyder, Officer Warner, Officer Nunez. And then under evidence, nothing. No body cam footage, no photographs, which we've seen Officer Smith taking on body cam footage of other officers, such as Corporal Snyder. There's no mention here. Under the narrative section, it states on November 13th, 2022, at about 1200 hours, I responded to 1122 King Road in reference to possible unaliving victims. Officer Nunez had arrived on scene and found a total of 4. Officer Nunez informed other units he believed this to be an intentional unaliving. Paragraph 2, when I arrived, I entered the residence and went to the 2nd floor. And he is describing, it appears here, what he saw when he went into Xana's bedroom. And then in the next paragraph, on the 3rd floor, he's observing what he saw when he went into Madison's bedroom, with no mention of a sheath made here, which is described in the affidavit of probable cause. If we go to the December 29th, 2022 affidavit of probable cause, Officer Smith is noted almost immediately. 2nd paragraph. We see here that Detective Brett Payne states that he arrived on scene at 11:22 King Road at approximately 4 in the afternoon and that he was accompanied by Sergeant Blacker. And then he states that it was first responder Officer Smith who accompanied him through the house, going in through the front door, making their way up to the second floor, and then up to the third floor. If we go back to Officer Smith's report, he states here at the bottom of page number 1, I was assigned to hold security at the rear slider door. This was the alleged point of entry of the suspect. I observed very large footprints in the snow. I used a tape measure, and the shoe size measured appeared approximately 13.5 to 14 inches. Next page. The footsteps went to and from the rear slider door. I observed the trail of footsteps lead away from the slider, then turn right around a stump in the backyard and lead toward the front of the house. I observed a set of small handprints on the window to the east of the slider. The screen to this window appeared damaged and was laying on the ground. I located smudged fingerprints on the glass slider door. There was a discarded black backpack in the backyard. I photographed these items and attached them to the case. I maintained rear security until I was relieved by Officer Warner. The only person to enter from this point was Captain Lanier at about 15:27 hours. Then he certifies or declares under penalty of perjury pursuant to the law of the state of Idaho that the foregoing is true and correct. We see Officer Corbin Smith's signature there virtually, November 13th at 16:17 p.m. That would have been about 4:17, almost 4:18 Pacific Standard Time, and then approved by Sergeant Severing. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could add some observations as we do pursuant to the First Amendment United States Constitution. The first question is, where is Officer Smith's body cam footage showing him going up to the second and third floor bedrooms, and then hopefully later showing him escorting Detective Brett Payne through the property? Number 2, these footprints that he saw seems to be going in the opposite direction from where many have suggested the perpetrator escaped, left the rear slider, and then walked up to the parking lot behind the house and left from there. Officer Smith is focused on footprints that are walking toward the front of the house. Hopefully, as further evidence is released in this case, Officer Smith's body cam will be released. As of right now, it appears to be missing in action, if you will. An opinion that I give pursuant to the First Amendment. And this seems to be suggested by Judge Marshall's statements that she was only provided 4 redacted body cam footages. If you have any thoughts, any opinions, any comments, please leave them here. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you very much for joining us here today.